Hey guys, Dr. Derek here. Let's talk about the hidden weight that's holding you back, because no matter how motivated you feel after setting your vision or rewriting your identity, if you're still holding on to vices, you will stay stuck. You see, I learned this the hard way. There was a period of my life where I'd finish a 12-hour day at clinic, I'd come home utterly drained and numbed out with food, chocolate, biscuits. These were late night snacks. I didn't even taste them. It wasn't about hunger, it was about escape. You see, I didn't feel like I had time to look after myself. I was tired of being tired. So I coped like so many of us do, with distraction and dopamine. And that coping became a cycle. It didn't just affect my body, it eroded my confidence, my energy, and my self respect. Because deep down, I knew that I wasn't living in alignment with who I wanted to be. So, what is a vice? Let's get clear on this. It's anything that numbs, distracts, or delays you from doing what you know you need to do. So, for some, that's stuff like scrolling. For others, it's food, gossip, overworking, or constant busyness. Even seemingly harmless habits like watching one more Netflix episode at midnight. These can all be vices if they're stopping you from becoming the person that you're trying to build. So let's define it properly. A vice is anything that pulls you away from your vision and chips away at the trust that you have in yourself. It doesn't have to be dramatic to be damaging. And the most dangerous vices are often the most socially accepted. Most people don't engage in vices because they're lazy or stupid. They do it because they're in pain, emotional, mental, or physical. You might not even realize it, but your body and mind will always find a way to soothe discomfort. And if you haven't learned to sit with discomfort and process it, you'll escape it. The guilt of not being present with your kids, scrolling helps you forget this. The frustration of not liking your body, or takeaway gives temporary relief. The shame of falling short on your potential, well, a glass of wine feels like a reset. But here's the hard truth. Every time that you choose that vice, you avoid the very discomfort that's trying to teach you something. And avoidance is the enemy of growth. Let's talk about the role of pain. See, pain is not your enemy. Pain is a teacher. It's what signals that something isn't quite right. It invites you to reflect, redirect, and grow. But if you keep numbing it, avoiding it, or distracting yourself from it, you lose the opportunity to change. And worse, you slowly lose confidence in yourself. That's what happened to me, because deep down, a part of you knows that you're avoiding the work. This is how our vices sabotage progress. Let me be clinical for just a moment. You see, most vices don't just waste time. They destroy dopamine sensitivity. Dopamine is the chemical in your brain that helps you feel driven, energized, focused. It fuels productivity and reward-seeking behavior. But when you constantly overstimulate your brain with sugar, social media, or anything else that gives quick hits of pleasure, you dull your natural drive, which is why so many people feel no motivation to train, no energy to focus, and maybe no momentum in their goals. You see, they're not unmotivated, they're just neurologically numbed. This is how you remove vices without shame. See, this isn't about being perfect, it's about being honest. This is the 3-step process that I used to remove vices without shame, and I now give this to every client that I work with. Step 1, identify your vices. So ask yourself, what do I turn to when I feel tired, stressed, overwhelmed, or lonely? What helps you escape, but always leaves you feeling worse after? Here's some examples. Overeating or binging, particularly at night, that was basically mine. Endless scrolling and screen time. Social drinking could be an issue as well. Excessive caffeine or sugar. Maybe people pleasing and saying yes to avoid discomfort. You see, anything can be a vice if it's stopping you from growing. I would like you to write yours down. Be brutally honest. You're not being judged. You're just setting yourself free. Next step, step 2. Put a barrier in place if the vice is within arm's reach. Because if it is, you will reach for it. So start making it harder. Examples being delete apps from your phone. Stop buying the snacks that maybe sabotage you. You could also set a screen time blocker in the evening so you can get good sleep. You could also tell one person that you trust that you're working on it and making yourself a better person. So in my case, I physically removed all processed food from the house. I set clear work boundaries and I built a system that supported the man that I wanted to become, not the one I was trying to leave behind. Your environment should support your identity, not sabotage it. Next step, step 3. You need to replace the vice with a high impact habit. You see, nature hates a vacuum. If you simply remove a vice but don't replace it, you will relapse every single time. So find a productive coping mechanism that gives you similar relief without the self-destruction. And the most powerful replacement is movement. I don't care if it's a 20-minute walk, a gym session, a stretch, or a cycle. You see, moving your body changes your brain chemistry. It releases endorphins. It regulates your nervous system. It clears emotional residue. Every single client that I've coached who removed a vice and replaced it with consistent movement has seen rapid shifts, not just physically, but emotionally. So start small. Consistency matters more than intensity. Remember that. Here's my final reflection. You don't need to do all of this at once, but if you're constantly coping, if you're constantly numbing, if you're always saying, I'll start tomorrow, then you're not living, you're sedating. Removing vices is not about restriction. It's about reclaiming control. You deserve to feel proud of your choices again, not because they're perfect, but because they are aligned. So here is what I want you to do right now. Write down your 3 biggest vices. Be honest. These are your distractions, your escapes, or your comfort blankets. Next up, for each vice, list what emotion or trigger makes you reach for it. A barrier can then be put in place. A healthy replacement, preferably movement-based, can be put in place. Next step, I want you to commit one small action today. That might be throwing out the junk food, maybe deleting an app, going for a walk after work instead of scrolling. That one decision will feel like nothing, but it changes everything because you've just proven to yourself you can choose differently now. And that's where freedom begins. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about mastering the power of 1% progress and how that can keep you progressing forward. Make sure that you check that out. And if you want to work with me one-to-one to finally lose fat and get your energy back, apply now using the link in the description. Dr. Derek here. As always, I truly care about your health and I wish you the very best.